In this video, we got another episode of the series where I do rate and improve your guys' teams. You guys will send me your squads over on Twitter at xevantanaka. I'll put out a tweet every 3 to 4 days asking for teams, and you guys will reply to that tweet just like everybody did in this video with your squad and how much MT you guys have to have a chance to be featured in one of these videos. But if you guys also want to comment your teams down below under this video, let me know what squad you guys currently have and how much MT you guys are rocking with, and I'll try to give you guys my best suggestions to help improve your teams. But looking at the first squad of the video is going to be sent in by Reno. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He says, hope I'm not late, love the videos, Evan. So shout out to you, man, for the support obviously on all the videos. And his squad's good. Like, your squad's definitely really good, man. 1.3 mil to work with. You got a really good squad. I like the starting lineup. I'm not a huge fan of your shooting guards, to be completely honest. Like, Shea is good enough, Jason Kidd's good enough. Your small forwards, I like Blake obviously a ton. Ron Artest to me would be like your backup shooting guard or your starting shooting guard to save MT with. I think for this type of squad, you're really just looking for a center and looking for a new small forward, because I would run Ron Artest either backup or starting shooting guard. Or if you like Ron Artest, or sorry, if you like Brandon Roy and Nick Young more than Ron Artest, then just don't use Ron Artest. But I'd probably play him over Brandon Roy in my personal opinion on that starting lineup, because you already got a lot of offense with Jason Kidd. And then for your small forward position, if you want to keep it cheap, you can just go pink diamond Michael Beasley. Now, I don't know if I'd want to run the card with Nick Young, just because Nick Young doesn't have a lot of defense, and neither does Michael Beasley's pink diamond. But if you want to spend quite a bit of MT, I would get Galaxy Wemby as your backup center. He's only like 700,000 MT, I do believe, maybe even a little bit cheaper. So I would get Galaxy Wemby as your backup center, or start him over Cream and have Cream off the bench. And then I would say get like a pink diamond Beasley as your backup small forward. That's pretty much all you have to do with your type of squad. Already do have a really good team. Next squad that was sent in by Beast2K. He says he is just started this no money spent recently, having way more fun on it than the main account. He's got 35k. So we got a budget squad to work out with here, or a no money spent team, I should say. And, you know, obviously a budget price of only 35k to improve this team with. So not a lot of MT to work with. What I can suggest is just get like the super cheap budget cards, and you already have a couple. You know, Delano Banton, really good. For shooting guards, I would go pink diamond Rocco 5,000 MT, pink diamond Thabo Sevalosha for like 4,000 MT. We'll just say you spent like 10,000 MT between those two cards. Those can be your two shooting guards, right? Your two small forwards, again, go as cheap as possible. I would say for the small forward position, I don't know how much. I'm trying to think of how much Jonathan Bender is. If you can get like a Jonathan Bender for 10,000 MT, I would probably go down that route. And then maybe you could use like LeBron as your backup small forward. For the power forward position, go get like Diamond Tyson Chandler, use Diamond to Den Bono. And then for your center position, use like pink diamond Eddie Curry, and maybe try to save up for like a pink diamond Porzingis. You know, that's just kind of the suggestions I would give for your squad, is try to get those like really cheap budget cards and use those cards on your lineup. You already got good point guards. You can get two shooting guards for really cheap. You can get small forwards for cheap. You can get a power forwards for cheap. There's a lot of really cheap budget cards in this game that are still extremely good. You know, maybe if you want another power forward, Pat Burke, he's a good option as well. Maybe you could run him at the center position, like Tyson Chandler at the center position. Like, you could go Tyson and Eddie Curry as your two centers, and then like Pat Burke and Adembona as your two power forwards. But looking at the next squad here, sent in from Cholo Gaming, he says this is a squad. He's got 850,000 MT to work with. A good team, at least a starting lineup. The bench, it's decent. I like Wemby, of course. Adam Morrison, KD, Grant Hill honestly can go, in my personal opinion. I know they're unsellable, but I just don't really like those cards, to be completely honest. If you do like them, then definitely run them if you want to. But for me personally, with 850k, I would move Josh Smith to your backup small forward position. I would get Luol Deng as your starting small forward for like 250k. Now you're left over with 600,000 MT, still a ton of MT to work with. And I do think Luol Deng is a huge upgrade over Kevin Durant, and then bring Josh Smith off the bench. For your backup shooting guard position, I think if you want to keep it cheap, you could just go for like a pink diamond Dr. J, you know, to go alongside Lonzo, to go alongside Josh Smith. You could go for a Galaxy Super Ricky Davis. I think just spending that a little bit of MT is going to be worth it. And then for your power forward position, definitely got to get rid of Adam Morrison, in my personal opinion. And again, it just depends how much MT do you want to spend. Do you want to spend all of your MT and go get a Dark Matter Chet, or go get a Dark Matter Sar? Or you can save a lot of your MT and just go get a Galaxy Opal Miles Turner or a Galaxy Opal Dino. But those would be my suggestions for your squad. Now looking at the next team here, sent in from we'll just say Teddy. I'm not going to try and pronounce his actual name on Twitter, but we'll just say Teddy. He's got 50,000 MT to work with, and this is another team that does need quite a bit of improvements. But with 50,000 MT, you can make a little bit more changes to your squad. You got Eddie Curry, who I like at the center position. Kawhi's really good. J-Dub's good enough to play on this team. I think LeBron and Wiggins could be your small forwards, but maybe get like Jonathan Bender as your small forward. Point guard, I would say easily get Delano Banton. He's like 5,000 MT and he is so good at the point guard position. I really do think your bigs need to be upgraded. Like your center position could use a lot of work. I would definitely get Pink Diamond Porzingis as your backup center to go alongside Bam. He'd be a really good option next to Bam for defense and, you know, physicality and speed. And then you got Kristaps for a little bit more height and a little bit more 3-point shooting. And then for your starting power forward, you're not going to really have too much MT left over, so probably just like a Pink Diamond Kel'el Ware is going to be your best choice. I go Pink Diamond Kel'el Ware for starting power forward, Kristaps backup center, and then I'd realistically just get Diamond Delano Banton to round out the team. You can obviously make some more suggestions, or more upgrades I should say, once you get more MT to work with, but I think for now those would be my suggestions to you. Now looking at the next squad here, sent in from Vincent. This is a good team. This is definitely a solid team. I think it could be improved quite a bit with 2.2 mil. Now, I'm assuming if you have 2.2 mil and this is your squad, you're not trying to make like the biggest of purchases and you're not trying to spend all of your MT. So I'm not going to make you spend all of your MT, but I think you should definitely maybe spend 500k to upgrade your squad. For example, I would get rid of Brandon Roy. I would have Rocco as your starting shooting guard, Nick Young as your backup shooting guard. I like your backcourt then of Jason Kidd and Rocco, Dyson Daniels and Nick Young. I think that is perfectly good. Now for your small forward position, I would get rid of obviously Rocco because he's at the 2. Not get rid of him, sorry, but just slide him over to the 2. And then obviously don't use Shane Battier. So for the small forward position, this is where you could spend the most amount of MT. You could go get 2 absolute studs. You can go get a Dark Matter Beasley and a Dark Matter Luol Deng. But I think to save you some MT, if you're not willing to spend all of it, just get starting small forward, get Luol Deng at the starting small forward position, get Pink Diamond Beasley off the bench. That would cost you about 300k, which I know is a lot, but I do think it's definitely worth it for this type of squad and how much MT you have. Now at the power forward position, I would probably sell Sengun and just get Miles Turner and just get Dino Raja. Those cards to me are a lot more worth it in my opinion. But if you want to keep Sengun, then just off the bench, I'd probably recommend, again, go get a Miles Turner or go get a Dino Raja. And then I think for starting center, you should 100% try to get Galaxy Bawembi if you want to, but if you don't want Galaxy Bawembi, just get his Pink Diamond card. It's honestly not that much worse. I mean, the speed's a lot lower, the strength's a little bit lower and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know if the strength's lower, but the Galaxy Opal's a lot better. But even if you want, just get the Pink Diamond. It's going to be a huge upgrade over Vlade Divac at the center position. And then guys, the last squad here of the video is going to be sent in from VZ Zen. We'll just go with that, I say his name, and then 1.8 million MT to work with. And he wanted me to look at his squad. He messaged me on Twitter and he said look at my team, or he wanted me to put him in the video. Dude, to be completely honest with you, I mean, you have 1.8 mil. The only suggestion I could really give you is Galaxy Bawembi, because you know you have like the second best point guard in the game in Jordan. You have Jason Kidd, who's like a top 5 point guard. Clay and Booker are fine at the shooting guard position. You know, Beasley and Dang are amazing. Shaq and Tim Duncan are amazing. And then you have Kareem and D-Rob. Like, you don't really need to make an upgrade on this team, but I think the only upgrade I could suggest is get Galaxy Bawembi, probably start him, and then have Kareem off the bench. That's my only suggestion to you, because this squad is obviously really, really good and one of the best teams in this game. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode of this series where I do rate and improve your guys' squad. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.